Clicky the button.
Clicky the button.
Clicky the button.
Speaking of energy drinks.
Waiting for the email. Cat's being weird.
Hey, at least he got himself out. Unlike his brother.
We are now live on my
We
channel.
are.
Greetings.
Hi.
Stay a while and listen. It's me, Marauder X. I'm tired.
Yeah. We're dragging a little ass today.
Don't you ever have one of those days where it's been a week? Oh.
I've had a day like that every day for the last week and a half.
We've got Barbara, Penn, and Libet's here for the numbers, but finishing up shit around the house. Hello, everyone.
Hey dear, hi dear, ho dear.
So, I figured
Ooh.
I'm going to play something that I haven't played, because it's new, because it's not even out yet. Because this is just the demo.
Can you fit one more cuz in there?
Because
Reasons?
raisins. The demo has a 3-hour time limit. You can choose the protagonist, just like the retail version. Demo ends after Cross Cave. Some towns and dungeons will be limited. All characters can only go up to level 12. At level 12, you will not obtain anything. IC specialty skills cannot be enhanced. IC and super specialty skills cannot be used. Okay, so it's like you can't use these, and you can.
Okay.
So we get to
Happy
be-
birthday and congratulations!
Woo!
That's awesome. Yay!
Happy Job Day with the Birthmas. All right.
That's awesome.
Who should I be? Claude or should I be Rena? Claude? Claude. Someone named this character Claude.
Cloud was taken.
This was long before this. Actually, no, was it? Shit. When did this come out? Originally. It's been redone like 8 times, so... Game uses an autosave feature. Hey, that's good because I did not... This is the last time we streamed this series, I was playing the first game of this, and I died. And we went back to because I hadn't saved. And we're like,
Oh, yeah.
And we had like 20 minutes left of the... Yeah. It's like, well, we're just going to shoot the breeze.
It was a good day, Tater.
I mean... Any day I don't have to use my AK is a good day. Thanks, Ice. I'm tired, can't remember stuff. Same. I can't remember shit. Well, isn't this a... Oh, I was about to say, isn't this a picturesque thing? And then suddenly a light comes in from... Since most work we're doing is for special ed program, they understand about the autism ADHD. Hey, it's always good to have a job that understands.
Yes.
Because so many don't, and they just tell you it's your problem.
You
Or
can
they just
push
don't care.
the door open. Throw your back into it. Are we a minute in? Are we a minute
Oh,
in?
yeah. We've said ass and shit already.
Pussy. Come on. Come on.
Come on, Claude. He's like, no, I just wanted the door open. Hi, Axel. You want to come say hi to everyone? And Rowan. Both of you came to say hi. Hi.
Come on.
Say hi to the internet.
Say hello.
Such lovely boys. Axis is not happy. He does not want to be picked up.
Rowan's not overjoyed.
Hi.
The belly and the beans. I
Beans.
found the beans.
Roll that beautiful bean footage. Oh, hey, they also give you Raina's mother. Well, it's not just a name. Oop. So it's like, oh, either that or her full name is Raina's mother was.
I know, but it's just that being there makes me feel so calm.
Your feline protagonist, Claude C. Kinney. The C stands for cat.
What's up, bud?
He's got a little bit of a poofy tail.
A little bit.
A little bit of a poofy tail. I don't know.
Don't start shit with your brother.
And shit has started with the seven. So what's funny is this is a really interesting throwback because so the original game was just all pixel sprite based because it was late in the 16-bit, early the 32-bit era. And so with all these kinds of remakes, you're getting like we have the higher definition pixel characters on this wonderfully pre-rendered background.
Yeah.
Which is funny because they did the same thing for Final Fantasy VII. Final Fantasy VII was this gorgeous pre-rendered background, weird polygon characters. Like Cloud's arms were literal dumbbells. It was a ball for a hand, a ball for a shoulder joint, and a stick for his forearm. Someone actually has, like, you can buy the STL files to 3D print your own low poly Final Fantasy characters, and I've seriously thought about doing it, but then I'd have to paint them, and I just don't want to do that. Looking pretty as usual. Don't come on to me. We've got aqua berries, which heal HP, blackberries, which recover MP, blueberries, which recover more HP. Oh, because that one also cures poison. Okay. Resurrection elixir, lavender, rose hip, Elias, a legendary herb said to work on many types of wound and contain mystical powers. Spectacles, testicles, wallet, and watch. Alright, I don't think I need to... Okay,
Axis.
what is the eShop option?
You were not supposed to be back there, sir.
What is this? What can I buy from the shop?
Ooh.
In real life? Oh, I could just buy the game. Okay, well I don't need to do that. I've already got the game pre-ordered.
Hey. Easy. Easy. What's...
Purple is rare. Gold is equipment or accessories with factors. Silver is normal equipment. Other items are money. Spiked, enemies. Axis.
Honey.
Calm down. Calm down, my son. Oh, hey, you automatically equip better armor. Cool. Except I think I may have just screwed that up, so.
Axis. What is it, baby?
Yeah, I didn't do that. He just wants attention. He doesn't want me to stream. He wants attention. Because, you know, he's a butt face. He's an adorable butt face, but he's a butt face. Save point. I'm just gonna wander about town. Break into people's houses. Don't you wish you lived in a fantasy world where you could just walk into other people's houses, pick up a pot, throw it, and then whatever money's in that pot, just keep it?
No. I don't. Because that means someone could walk into my house and break my shit. And I have no money in my shit. They're just breaking my shit.
Well, naturally, that's where because banks don't exist in these worlds.
I mean, what are they gonna do? Take my change jar? Like,
Well, and honestly,
I might have enough to do a couple of loads of laundry at the laundromat.
one thing about like the Zelda world, the only thing that really makes any level of sense, so you've got like you can find money in treasure chests. Mm-hmm. Link is the only adventurer. You can find money by killing monsters. Again, Link is the only adventurer. Or you can cut grass. That seems like something anyone can do, but no one else does it. So how does this fictional economy function when only one person has goods to sell and only sells them to one person? I'm in the sacred forest. There's a treasure chest over here, which means there's probably something that's going to jump out and try to kill me. Fruit syrup.
Making some pancakes.
So I was drinking the boysenberry.
You know, to take the edge off the coffee.
Small alien boys are the main threat to the Hyrulean pottery. And also, someone is replacing all of those pots. Link just goes around everywhere and just pick it up, throw it, break it. And yet someone goes behind it, because every time you leave and come back, pots are back.
There's like a mom figure following behind you, cleaning up your messes. It's like, God, the state you left this dungeon in. Like,
it's funny because Link to the Past starts with your uncle going out in the middle of a rainy night to rescue the princess and failing at it. It's like, oh, you just pick up where I left off, kid.
Yep.
I was like, so he has family.
well, maybe not anymore after that.
No, I'm pretty sure his uncle survives because we see him in the credits. But like the rest of the game, he's just
It's been so
hanging
long
out.
since I've played Link to
He's just hanging out in the dungeon.
He's dressed all
You know,
that light. He killed that monster in the blink of an eye.
Guardians are in fact the Elder Pots come to punish Link for his crime. Really? Interesting. Okay. I have a couple of the Hyrule Historian, Hyrule Encyclopedias. I haven't actually gotten a chance to sit and thoroughly read them. I did go through the Legend of Zelda timeline. Mm-hmm. Oh my god, if you want something that is just a clusterfuck of stupid. Because, so originally, every Zelda game was not supposed to be connected. And then they're like, what if we did? And so, like, you have, like, this timeline that just kind of goes, okay, this game follows this game, follows this game, follows this game, and then you get to this point where this is if Link died. This is where if Link didn't die but didn't kill Ganon, and this is where if Link...
this is where Barry started fucking up the timeline.
And it just
Turned it all into cooked spaghetti.
Best part of the Flash movie. Best part. The implication is Link's wish revived his uncle. Oh, did it? I just assumed he was he was still alive, just like hanging out in the dungeon, like, my nephew will come back to save me. These rats won't eat me alive.
How old's your nephew, dude? Like 10?
Amazing to see that it was made HD 2D. I'm actually digging the graphics. I like this style a little bit better than the full HD 2D pixel art in like Octopath Traveler or Triangle Strategy, was it?
Nice to meet
Was
you.
it Triangle Strategy? I like the mix between the pixel and the render. Original NES and SNES games are the bad area. We're in the bad timeline.
We are.
Well, so one of the games on the N64 was basically Link as a child. And he comes to the Master Sword, and the Master Sword's like, dude, you're a kid. You can't use me yet. So I'm going to keep you here in stasis for 10 years until you're old enough that you can act. And, like, by the time you wake up, like,
That's great.
shit's
You
gone to
have-
hell. Like,
now you have a 25-year-old with the mental maturity of a 15-year-old.
and actually, I think it was like he was, like, 7. Like, he's supposed to be, like, a little kid.
Okay.
7
Still,
to 17.
the point
yeah.
remains.
But, like, when you wake up, you're in this, like, young adult body, but time has still progressed normally. So Ganon took over. Stormclouds there's zombies fucking everywhere. And, like, everyone's just like,
Really amazing.
this is a fantastic story. And I'm sitting here going, there is a plot hole you could drive a planet through. We're 17 maturity of a 10-year. Yeah, that's because when I was 10 years old, I totally had the maturity to save the world.
I mean, one would argue a 17-year-old doesn't either.
Yes. In fact, honestly, I was probably closer to the maturity of saving the world as a 10-year-old than a 17-year-old. 17-year-old, I was a little hormonal and a little angry. So that was when I started joking, because my dad ran an environmental lab, that, you know,
Least I can offer you.
fire was a thing. Explosions were commonplace. I always joke that he and I were really just one lab accident away from becoming a supervillain. So, 17, yeah, I probably would have not saved the world. It would have been problematic.
I mean, at 10 or 17, I would have at least tried. I would have died trying. But I think that's the whole like eldest AFAB child issue.
I mean, I was as a young kid, I was super into, like, my favorite hero at the time was Cyclops, because he's the leader. It's the whole point is you have to do what's right. And I'm like, okay, like, that was what I.
So whiny.
And yeah, as I grew up, I realized not my favorite. Just because he's the leader does not make him. However, my favorite Ninja Turtle used to be Donatello, and then it transferred to Leonardo, which is also kind of a whiny leader. I love Leo, but
Raph has always been my favorite.
Raph is a rude dude.
I think that was where the anger that I was like I had to push down for years and years and years. Like, I think that's what it latched to, is fucking Raphael and his size.
Okay, so there's no one here.
Ballistic lens.
Where is there? Is there someone down here? Is there someone in your base? Oh, no, that's just the way out. Okay. Is there someone
It's like, aha! I caught. Oh,
Oh, I'm outdoors now. I don't know
never mind.
how do doors work. Hormonal angers me in a nutshell. All that separates you and me is a couple of teenage pyromaniacs. Back in the 2000s, Leo's my favorite, but nowadays I'd probably say Michelangelo. Mike is always fun, but he's a little too carefree. And Raph Raph was a little too serious and a little too angry.
Oh, but I was a serious, angry child.
Yeah, that I can see.
I've worked very hard for people to not know that I was angry, but I was a very serious, angry child.
I fell in love with Raph in the 87 cartoon where it was more like comic Mikey. Yeah, Raph in the cartoon was very different than Raph in the live action. Raph in the live action just had a chip on his shoulder the size of New York.
Yeah. It gave him cocaine since, that just enhances personality traits. How do our conversations keep coming back to cocaine today? And why is it always me making the connection?
Do we need to have an intervention? Well, so we were out driving and traffic just decided to slow down for no discernible reason, and I made the joke of, if everyone here just did a bump of cocaine, we wouldn't have that problem because you would find the accelerator very quickly.
It turns out it was just the one truck driver.
Yeah, it was just one truck driver who was just having trouble getting it up a hill. A very not steep hill. And then I made a joke about getting it up. But it's weird that, twice in as many hours we've come to a cocaine joke.
No, 3 times because we were talking about American Dad and I was
Oh,
talking
yeah.
about Bullock.
Yeah, Bullock had a thing.
And it all started because when we got in the car, Night Ranger was on the radio. Yeah.
All comes back to cocaine.
Sister Christian of the time. Let's go. Yeah.
And here's my house. I'm going to clean up.
I don't know you well enough to invite you in, so you just wait
You just
here.
stay here. Because my house is a mess.
Because
Not
my
that I know.
mom's home and
Rena's mother, Westa, my mom is... Do I call you Miss Westa, or is Rena...
something has happened, Mom.
I found a human.
Not exaggerating. He's here. What? The hero. The one from
The hero from Legends, the hero of light. Are you sure about that? Well, he's wearing clothes like I've never seen before, and he has the Sword of Light.
The Sword of Light?
Yes.
I want the Sword of Light.
Unbelievable light to save
So where is he right now?
He's outside.
now. So I'm with
He just came in, uninvited.
Wait a minute, Raina. Excuse me.
You were told to wait outside. Little shit.
It's been a while since you...
Oh,
It's been a while. It's been like 10 seconds.
a bit longer.
Sure. Do you mind?
Oh, please do. Go.
Yeah, go wander. I'm gonna keep talking to my mom.
Stop being a clingy stalker guy.
Was that it?
Yeah.
Are you sure?
Well, I mean, if this is anything like the other Star Ocean games, he is an alien stuck on an unfamiliar planet.
I mean,
So,
still,
meeting someone who speaks your language.
still, a boundary was drawn.
Boundary was drawn. Worth noting that Rena's dub actresses is still from Tales of Vesperia or Hitomi in Denver. I did not know that. I can't hear the voice actress. I don't have the volume on the TV turned up.
Did Raina?
But what I do love is at the start of the game, we could pick a lot of options. You could change
Excuse me. I'm sorry, guys.
the character voice for either the American voice actor or the Japanese voice actor. You can pick the soundtrack, either the remade version or the original audio. Like, you have a whole bunch of options to be like, yeah, I want to just change it. Alright, Did he come over to the newlyweds' house? Is that
Creep.
Uh, I after the incident, as everyone just kind of looks away.
I have to be going. Okay. Maybe
Voice
that's
actors Eden Regal. Huh.
maybe that's what I'll start calling certain events in my life since the incident.
Oh, hey. There you are.
Keep you waiting.
Oh, Raina, are you done?
Yes, I am. Now come talk to my mom. Mother, I brought a boy home. I found him in the woods.
Mom, I'm back.
I wasn't expecting you two to be back so early.
Finishing up.
Finishing up this giant meal. Look at that giant fucking turkey. When did she cook this?
Doesn't it look delicious? I put all...
That's not what I mean.
Yeah, busting out a table full of feast food in 15 seconds is a bit much.
I mean,
Okay, it was probably closer to a minute since you stopped and chatted with the newlyweds about the incident.
the incident.
Still.
Claude is voiced by Spike Spencer, who's Claude, get in the damn robot. Man, I cannot watch Evangelion. I just can't. I've tried so hard and got so far, and I
And
just...
in the end, it doesn't even matter.
I mean, I feel part of me is like, you're missing out on anime history. No, I'm good. I'm good.
I mean, there's a piece of anime history I wish you had not shown to me.
Which one?
Full Metal Alchemist.
Oh, no, that's Fullmetal
Didn't that particular story, girl and the dog.
Okay, no, if you watch Fullmetal, you have to have that traumatic, that is, you don't get,
You
that and Maze
I
Hughes.
carry enough trauma in this body without courting more.
If you get the joy that is Edward Elric beating the shit out of Father, a literal god with his bare hands, you've got to deal with the shit that he went through of a little girl who got severely fucked over and a man who died who did not deserve it. Seriously, Maze Hughes and Nina are the two people in that whole series who do not deserve any bullshit, and yet they got it so much.
I'm gonna go downstairs and help my mother clean up.
Everyone else kind of gets the bullshit that they like. You know, as much as I love Hawkeye, badass sniper, she admits that she is just a downright murderer.
Yeah.
Because as a sniper, she's like, I straight up killed people. I killed people who could not have fought back. Straight up. She has a giant fucking scar on her back. Because her dad was the original creator of flame alchemy. And as you saw on the show, alchemists are batshit crazy with how they hide their research. He tattooed it on her back. And once Roy completed his apprenticeship and he was, her father was dying, he's like, I want you to destroy my notes by physically scarring my daughter, the woman you happen to love dearly. Fuck, what is wrong with you?
I mean, there are a whole lot of storylines in a lot of different media that make me feel that way.
Get up, you miserable fuck. It's time you found out you're not in our league. That is one of the best lines. That line and when Mustang shows up to attack Lust. Because Lust is just beating the shit out of Alphonse. She's gonna kill Hawkeye. And, you know, Alphonse he's a child. And he's like, no, I'm tired of watching people die. Especially if I can try to do something to prevent it, I'm not going to get out of the way. And Mustang's like, well spoken, I couldn't agree more. And then just fucking lights her up. I'm like, that's the only time I really, really liked Mustang.
Yeah, he's not the most likable character.
He's not. He's also much more an ass in the original anime. He's a lot more likable in Brotherhood, which says something.
I feel like that's you need an excavator to dig up the bar.
Yeah.
That you need to clear for that.
But I'm also trying to think of what other anime history kind of hits that hard in terms of, well, shit, And I don't think there's ever really been another... Okay, no, Wolfwood and Trigun. That hit me kind of hard.
Okay.
I don't know if you've... So, Trigun is the story of this guy who goes around who's labeled a human typhoon, a walking natural disaster. There's a ridiculous bounty on his head, but he's also kind of a pacifist. And he does not want to hurt or kill people. Kind of like Kenshin. But he's not human. And so, like, he has power, and he just refuses to use it. But he has a twin brother who is batshit evil, and is getting these people together to hunt him down and kill his brother. Or at least convince his brother through violence that his pacifistic ways are wrong.
Sure.
And
yeah.
one of them is the priest, who is this preacher, because it's all Wild West themed. And this guy's just a dick, but he has an apprentice who's Nicholas D. Wolfwood, who Vash meets throughout the story, and they're always on the same side, even though they, at the start, don't really like each other.
Yeah.
But then they form this mutual respect. And Wolfwood's goal is to get money for an orphanage. But as the apprentice of the preacher, he is eventually called in, you gotta kill Vash. And he's like, no. And turns on the preacher and starts fighting the bad guy. And he ends up dying in the process. He dies in a church. And his weapon is this giant cross that is a gun and full of guns. He carries this...
It's my gun.
It's my gun cross gun. Like, it's this giant cross. One end opens up and it's like a machine gun. The two small sides open up and it's just full of pistols. The top is just a fucking rocket launcher. And like he can...
Don't take it on the escalator.
And he died. That one was pretty rough. That one was pretty rough. Not as much as Maze Hughes or Nina. But honestly, the only other time that I could think of that I'm like, I had a visceral, emotional reaction to an anime was actually watching My Hero. The latest season, when Midoriya's gone all vigilante and he's broken and he looks super evil, and the class comes to get him, and it takes the whole fucking class to get him.
Yeah.
But he's also not fighting. And that was the whole point. It's like, he's like, I know you guys aren't trying to hurt me because I haven't sensed danger the entire time. You're just trying to talk. And I appreciate it. But like, just that whole scene of them fighting so hard to bring their friend back. That was like, okay, that actually hit me.
Yeah, I cried a little bit I'm not gonna lie about that. I teared up.
The deaths of the Sailor Senshi at the end of season 1. Oh yeah, that's old school. That's so old I didn't even remember it. Fuck. Yeah. Knowing that all the Sailor Moon characters die. That's... Yeah. Well, shit. Now I'm a little more depressed.
I said the H word. Hoo-ha. Howdy. Hullabaloo. One scene that always gets me to tear up is the very end of Babylon 5. Yeah.
Because you've got one of the characters who didn't show up a lot in season 5. Her character was kind of replaced. Susan Ivanova doing the voiceover for the... So you have the remaining characters, because a lot of characters died within the story, or have gone their own separate ways. So you've got the remaining people who are still there. They leave the space station for the last time, because A, it's no longer needed.
Yeah.
Because the Alliance headquarters has been moved, and they don't really need a Earth military installation there.
Excuse me.
So they're decommissioning it. So, like, the senior staff leave for the last time, and they leave out, and, like, you have, like, this honor guard of ships from all the other races that have helped them throughout the series, just following them. And then it blows up as they decommission it, because you can't just leave it sitting there, because be a base for pirates or whatnot. And
looking at you, Cardassians. Although, thanks for leaving those around.
yeah, DS9 was great, except for the traps.
All of the traps.
Attention, the Shoran workers. But it's Ivanova talking about how, the station impacted their lives and the lives of everyone, how it altered the course of history, and how it was the last station and there was never going to be another, and how, like, the music that's playing and her talking is just super rough. And, like, that gets me a little... Because that gets it right at the start. And then you get to the credits. And the last bit is the person who does the news announcements saying that this has been a documentary paid for by the Ranger Foundation, which the Rangers were the group in the show that ended up helping. Well, it's like paid for by them. And it was made possible by a grant. Like it's like a PBS ending. And it goes to a picture of all of the staff of the show outside in the parking lot at Warner Brothers. And they do a flyby of the ships from the show over them as it's part of the documentary. And then they do quick succession bits of, like, all of the different teams with their titles and whatnot.
Yeah.
And I'm like, fuck! That hurts me. And then it just, as the credits are going through, they show each of the characters with their credit. So, like, Sheridan, the main commander, they show his first appearance in the show, or the movie, because it did start off as a movie first, and his last appearance on the show. Mm-hmm. And the one that just fucks me up the most is Marcus, who is one of the Rangers. Marcus is who I wanted to be when I grew up. He was this British Ranger, he was sexy. He still is sexy. He's got his
Silver Fox going on?
Yeah. He kept the hairstyle and the beard style, but it's all silver, and I'm like, damn, you're still hot for being way older than I expected. And he dies in the series. They don't mention that he's actually dead, because they mention they put him in suspended animation, but they can't revive him. And they're like, we'll leave him there until we can figure out how. And so it's his first scene and then his plaque for his suspended. I'm like, no. No. Fuck you. He is my boyfriend,
buddy.
and I refuse to accept that. But then in one of the novels, they gave him a conclusion, and I fucking hated it because it's just creepy as sin. So he's in suspended animation because he sacrificed his life to save Ivanova. Mm-hmm. And they end up resurrecting him like 200 years in the future.
Oh, God.
And he has no purpose. He can't adjust. He has no knowledge of, like, that.
He's the Babylon 5 Encino Man.
Yeah, and like that was one of the things that got me about Star Trek was like the people they found who were in suspended animation. Oh, you can just join society, or the whale specialist who came back from 1984.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, she's the only one who knows about whales, and that's great to have, but she has no other knowledge or skill base. How does she survive? I get that it's also a post-scarcity society, so it's not necessarily the same thing, but Babylon 5, you still have commerce. But like Marcus is 200 years out of place. He does. They end up cloning Ivanova for him, so that he could get his happy ending. But that doesn't work, and what ends up happening is they end up depositing both of them on an uninhabited planet outside of communications range, and they altered their memories that they survived the crash as the only survivors, but they're stuck on this.
They're the Adam and Eve.
Yeah, they're the and so like I'm like, no, that is a really fucking creepy way to help or to repay a character who literally sacrificed himself for unrequited love. Because like he knew Ivanova had feelings for him, but he didn't know to what extent.
Yeah.
Like, are they strong? But it's like, no, I fucking worship the ground she walks on. If anyone needs to survive this, it's her. I'm expendable. And he does that without hesitation. And like, that's super noble. But you don't resurrect him to clone his girlfriend.
Yeah. Yeah.
Don't fucking do that.
Creating a woman whose sole purpose is to complete this man. That's not a good look.
Yeah. And it's funny because one of the episodes is in Babylon 5 it's several hundred years in the future where humanity is getting ready to have like a human-sized civil war, like a species-based. You have two main factions getting ready to attack. One of them is using the history of Babylon 5 as propaganda, and so they've uploaded like the brainwave patterns of all of these people into this holographic simulation, and they're trying to reconstruct it and change, like revisionist history, to make it fit their narrative. And Garibaldi, who's the security guy, knows that he's a hologram. He knows he's dead. And so, like, he's fucking with like, he's acting like but he's hacking the system.
Yeah.
And he ends up, like, transmitting all the information from what he's talked about. It's like, so you guys were going to sneak attack civilian targets of your opposition to, destabilize and decrease morale. But they know that now, so I think they're probably going to be shooting first. Is this a military installation? I think they're going to have a little bit more honor than you. And then suddenly, like, proximity alarms go off. It's like, yeah, you're about to get nuked. I'm like, Garibaldi, even as a holographic ghost, was better than what they did with
Yeah.
like...
Yeah.
That was just, it was... I hate how they did my boy. Look at my boy. You see how they massacred him. Yeah. Not a fan of that. But I did just watch they released an animated movie that was kind of a follow-up. It was actually pretty good. I liked it. It was a little weird on the. It was like Babylon 5 trying to pull the MCU multiverse. Like, we're gonna go to this reality where this is different.
Yeah, okay.
It was a little heavy-handed with that, but it was bad. The thing that makes me cry every time, probably the very end of the first Mr. Freeze episode. Oh man, Victor Freeze was also a character that did not deserve.
Yeah. Yeah.
We watched the Blue Beetle movie, and one of the best lines is that's his uncle is Carlos Mencia, right? Played by Carlos Mencia.
Yeah.
One of the best is they find like the no
George Lopez.
George Lopez. Sorry. So the mullet was really throwing me off.
Yeah.
They find the Bat Cave for the original Blue Beetle, Ted Cord, and his uncle's talking about how he loved Blue Beetle back in the day. Like, this was a hero that he could get behind. It's like, oh, you mean he just seems like kind of a cheap Batman, and just often you hear Batman's a fascist. Like, yeah, kind of.
Yeah. Yeah. Something, dark, gritty DC universe, like that is Batman's superpower, is violating human rights. Like,
yeah. It's like, granted, I will say, some of the Batman villains, Batman did legitimately try to help. Mr. Freeze was one. He's like, I'm sure Bruce Wayne, wink wink, would be happy to help fund your research so you don't have to rob banks and kill people to help your wife. The same goes for Two-Face. Two-Face, however, Two-Face needed more psychological help than just Batman. Like, that was a...
Yeah, that is one thing about the DC universe that's just like, aren't there no therapists? Like,
well, apparently there are. Harley Quinn. Like, Harley Quinn was a therapist, and then went crazy. I think there's just something with
she
the
didn't go crazy though. She's.
Well, depending on who the writer was, she did go crazy because she was. They wanted to talk about how she was already prone to the same psychosis that the Joker had, and the Joker just manipulated her into
Follow you. Yeah.
Follow your nose. And then there are others that he completely just psychologically manipulated her. And then there are some that he just emotionally manipulated her and then threw her into the same vat of acid that drove him batshit crazy. I don't know at this point which one is the real... Because
in any case, like, okay, but like, it wasn't like she had a psychotic break and that was the inciting event, is what I'm saying.
No.
In either way, it's because she was in an abusive relationship. And... yeah. Yeah, I have feelings about Harley Quinn and Joker.
Yeah. Oh, shit, I died.
I mean, in either case, they basically pulled a Will Graham and Hannibal Lecter.
Yeah.
not.
Okay, come on. No, I'm gonna die again. I can't seem to take on 3. This is... I don't really need that, but okay. It'll keep me alive. There we go. Why are you helping me? Because I had a bad... That is probably the best Harley Quinn scene in the original series. Like, Harley Quinn tried to reform. People pissed her off. She went back on a... Because, well, she wanted to buy... She was trying to buy a dress and they accused her of shoplifting. And she's like, no, I'm... and then ends up falling back into being a villain, and Batman brings her back to Arkham, and she's like, why are you being so nice to me? I give you nothing but trouble. And he hands her the dress. Like, he bought, like, he...
Which
like,
is going to be very helpful to her in Arkham.
in Arkham. And he's like, I had a bad day once, too. You know, referencing his parents, because... And, like, that's the kind of Batman that I really wish we could see a hell of a lot more of.
Yeah. Yeah. Although...
Yeah, animated series invented Harley Quinn. Like,
Bane on Harley Quinn, though. That's the Bane I want to see more of.
Harley Quinn version of Bane is the best version of Bane.
It is the best. I mean, don't get me wrong. Tom Hardy all jacked up, hot. But, like, well, he's just hot anyway. But, yeah, no. Harley Quinn's Bane is best Bane.
Yeah. Oh God, why are there more of them? Why are there more? Stop. Oh shit, I just got hit by green shit and died.
That's what she said. Woo!
Roast beef and potatoes. Oh God, you just...
Yeah, we just had McDonald's because we were coming back from a last minute errand.
Alright. I have no ability to tank a hit from them. Like, one hit will kill me from them. That seems a bit excessive.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ. Yeah, I can't beat them. How am I supposed to... Okay, what... Do I have any, like, offensive spells? Crush. Okay, maybe Crush will work? I can't improve anything, can I?
Excuse me.
Randomly guarantees attack land. Hasten speech. I don't think I can use that one. Okay. We're just going to put 4 into that. And I can't do anything with these. So. Oh god, now there's more.
Yeah, that's not cool. Not.
How, okay, I survived that time. Jesus fucking Christ. How do you expect me to beat this? Hint to win. Make the game easier.
I mean.
Where was it? Okay.
Maybe that'll at least keep them from multiplying at that rate.
Probably not. Alright. Kill you. Nope! I still fucking die. What the...
Attack that thing first.
I tried. The second I did it, he spawned into 6. And I hit him with... I did 200 points of damage to him, and he shrugged it off. It was apparently the standard difficulty. This is now on easy, and it's still fucking wiping me out. Alright. No. Motherfucker. Alright, I may not be buying this game. Holy shit. If this is the...
I mean, it doesn't help that, like, there are some things you don't have access to in the demo.
Fuck. Stop shooting at me, you piece of shit. I want to... Can I leave this battle? Okay, so fuck it. I cannot fight those at all. I do not have the ability to fight those. At least not on my own. Yeah, that is bullshit.
What am I trying to accomplish here? Father.
Like, unless maybe there was something status-wise that there wasn't a weapon shop in town that I could see. So I don't think I have to buy a weapon.
Bad girls pass.
But holy crap, that was not fun.
Stay calm.
Not a fan of that.
Without him, what am I going to do? Can you...
That enemy in particular just doesn't seem worth... Yeah, like...
Damn pendant. Why didn't I get rid of the last connection?
Like that one, it's just not worth trying. But I really hope the actual game does not have instances like that where it's like, oh yeah, you're just not gonna fuck with this guy at this stage at all. You are just gonna walk into death.
Who am I then?
Maybe if I had him with me, he fucking drop kicked the giant forest yeti.
What's wrong?
Huh?
Oh, I'm sorry. I just kept getting my ass handed to me by this spiky goo. I'm a little tired. Where the fuck have you been, Claude?
Listening to tales about the hero, you know. They talked about how the hero would appear in our...
That makes sense.
I mean, I wasn't sure.
No, I'm sorry I couldn't be the hero.
I didn't mean that, Mr. Kenny. It's not your fault.
I still want to apologize, though.
You don't have to worry about... I'm sorry.
I'm sorry, but it'd be alright if I stayed alone for a while. No! There's fucking spiky goos that are gonna try to... Don't stay in
Don't stay with the murder goo.
Alright, these look like normal enemies. The murder goo was a red blob. And yeah, it didn't look like... So if they do that red flag, that means I can counterattack. But that shooting the green shit was not a red... Like, I couldn't counter that. So, like... I can't stop that. They're just shooting at me from a distance. As guns typically do. They shoot you from a distance, and there's not a goddamn thing you can do to prevent it. I don't have any Kevlar. That was reminding me of Phantasy Star. How does it start so badly balanced? You wanted to run from anything that wasn't a fly. Yeah. I do love the pop up behind them and punch them in the back of the face.
Yeah.
It's that that battle bots where the one robot just instantly teleports behind the other one.
Yep. I actually used that in the last D&D session. No, it was just straight up teleport. You could teleport. You still had to stay adjacent to the enemy, but you could like pop up wherever. Okay, cool. Helpful.
The back of the face. Yeah, the back of the face. Haven't you ever punched someone in the back of the face, man? I know you have. Back of the face. Like, you know where the teeth are. Yeah, I completely forgot about the early Phantasy Star. I mean, the Phantasy Star 1 was just rough. As the series went on, it did get a little bit better, but it was still... There were still times I was like, no, I don't want to fight any monsters except for the weakest shit until I can grind as many levels off of them
I don't know what
as
you're
possible.
talking about, Alan. I'm not getting married to you.
You'll change your tune soon enough, Raina.
My greatness, my power.
I'll show you my power.
I think he's referring to penis.
I think so too.
Can you feel it? The power that's pouring out of my body? Alan, you're urinating.
Stop jizzing your pants.
Also, if you have to roll up into what I'm assuming is your hometown with soldiers to get the girl next door to marry you,
Well, to kidnap her.
to kidnap into marry, like this, you win a little red pill, my friend.
More than a little.
But it's all that power pouring out of him.
Yeah. That guy's throwing so many red flags, you could make a scarf.
I've been watching this guy put random foods in vodka for a week, then take a shot. Oh man, I've seen some of his stuff. It started off interesting, like gumballs in vodka, gummy bears, and then it went to just weird shit.
I mean, there's only so many things like you can do before it starts getting real fucking weird. That said, I would do it.
Ultimate power. Fuck you.
I'll start an OnlyFans, and it will just be me doing that. Just
Well-
taking shots of vodka after.
But remember, OnlyFans is for whores only.
Well, we live in late stage capitalism. We are all whores.
In some way, shape, or form, yeah. Darkseid, I've shown you the ultimate power, right? Mm. And I've told you the story about
Yes, you've shown me your ultimate power.
I'm talking about the Lucky Charms box that I altered.
Yes.
Not my penis. I don't refer to my penis as ultimate power. I refer to it as many things, none of which I can think of at the moment. I can't tell you the number of things. It's like, yeah, that's what I call my penis. And now I can't think of a goddamn one of them. But ultimate power has not been one of them.
Now the thought is seeded, though.
No, because I associate ultimate power with my grandmother, and I'm not. But so, okay, back in the day when we would go up to West Virginia for Bridge Day, we'd always kidnap Luth on the way up, because he lived in Virginia at the time, so we'd go out of the way, pick him up, drive up to West Virginia, we'd go for Bridge Day, meet up with Darkseid, have a good weekend, have a grand old time. Well, Luth, one of these times, we were driving and it was later at night, and I think he was half asleep. I don't remember what actually caused it, but he's like, I was thinking of your grandmother just standing out on the porch, just holding her hands out, lightning striking them, talking like Emperor Palpatine, ultimate power. And so that just kind of became a running theme and a long-standing joke. I actually found it was a Lucky Charms box. It's where the Lucky Charms leprechaun is holding his hands out like this, but he's got a rainbow between them. And I photoshopped it to say ultimate power instead. And that became, we tossed that around as a joke for years. But like,
I'm sorry, there was an opportunity there, and I had to take it.
Yeah, there was, and now it's...
You left the door wide open.
For my penis.
For your penis.
Ultimate power.
I will slam my penis in the door of a luxury sedan.
We will make that happen for you. Man, I did this a little bit way back in the day. I would do like AMV hell type skits, but with Smash Brothers, and that was fun. But I really wish I could that I had the editing skills to edit like anime AMV hell type thing to where because I would so do some weird scenes with various anime interspliced with Dr. Tran.
I'm in my disease state.
I mean, that would be Envy from Full Metal Alchemist. I'm in my disease state. Cool off in here. Don't even think about trying to escape. I'm going to escape. Or the furious cinnamon bun who's just like, no! God, no!
That's me. I'm a furious cinnamon bun.
Well, except you don't want to be the furious cinnamon bun.
I don't.
Because you accidentally murder a child.
I know.
And then,
I've watched it with you.
And then get violated by the great dick in the sky multiple times.
I don't want that at all. But if we're just taking like general internet speak.
Yes.
Then yes, I am a furious.
I mean, if I had to classify myself as something, furious cinnamon bun. And I just keep hitting little boys. What are the odds? Flying on wings of blood and gore. That's the part that gets me. I'm like, oh God.
Yeah.
Man, I am so mad they did not continue Dr. Tran. They had such a good thing going, and it just... Yeah, I'm not supposed to escape, but I'm escaping. Alan's not giving off serious rapist vibes. He's giving off serious everything vibes. Not just, it's kidnapping, false imprisonment, rape, uh, uh, threats of violence. I'm getting some threats of violence.
Yeah.
I thought there was something over here. I opened a treasure chest to find a fried egg.
That is where I keep my fried eggs. And I'm feeling very judged right now.
Okay, no, I've seen your room. You do not have a treasure chest, let alone is it full of fried eggs.
I do have a treasure chest, but it's really just... It's a box I keep my shoes in.
I have
It's full of Chuck Taylor.
I have a treasure chest. It's got Zelda strategy guides in it because I bought the collector's box.
But yes, I don't need you, like, ruining my reputation on the internet. I keep fried eggs in my treasure chests.
Sir, where I keep my fried eggs is none of your business. I tried the DK64 randomizer, which has a lot of initial setup. I did not know there was a randomizer for DK64.
Bosman, are you all right?
What are you doing in here?
Ask you.
I'll be fine.
I was taken here by Alan. He was going on.
And going on about some kind of wedding and an altar, and I think he's probably going to try to sacrifice me to Kali Ma.
The solver mines for him. Something's wrong with that boy.
Something's wrong with that boy.
That boy just ain't right.
It makes him look like a madman.
I can't just leave you.
I'll be all right. I'll leave the...
But
This mansion is connected to the solver mines on the inside.
The only games with randomizers that I think that I would want to play would be like the PS2 era Castlevania games. And they'd have to do some adjustments to make them viable with a randomizer. I'm going to save it here, even though I've died several times, in case I die again. Because I feel like that is entirely possible. I've watched a friend play Link to the Past with Super Metro. I want to know how that one works. I haven't watched a stream of it, but like I want to know how it works because it's interesting that you not only randomize two games, but you combine them. Collect enough of the spheres that enemies drop to trigger bonus
excuse
effects.
me.
There can be up to 3 bonus effects. Use them to gain advantage. They'll drop balls. Enemy is defeated. Critical hit. Enemy is broken. Bonus gauge will break if a perfect counter fails. Current character becomes incapacitated. Battle gauge begins with an empty. Begins with an enemy back. Okay. Oh my god, he's adorable. Look at him. And he's dead.
You got his balls.
I got the Wolfman's, but he was just an adorable little Wolfman. Just why not?
Looked like he was on his way to aerobics. Like,
Yeah,
you're the one fucking with his day.
right. It'll get ugly if they see me.
No, situations where you've been kidnapped, you
Oh, look how
never gets
shocked
ugly when
he
you're trying to
is.
get away.
So shocked. There are doors that take you between the games. Oh, interesting. Okay, I was curious.
Exactly.
Wolfman has.
Bonus nards.
Did you ever watch the movie Monster Squad?
No.
Oh god, I think that might be from that. Yeah, Monster Squad. No, Monster Squad was a great movie. So Monster Squad was 80s, not quite horror. It was meant to be like more a kids' summer movie, but like so you've got these kids who they're all kind of caught up in the fact that movie monsters are real. because of a magic book.
Okay.
And at least I think it's a magic book. It has been a while since I've seen it. But so, like, there's people transporting a mummy, and the mummy breaks out. There's the creature from the Black Lagoon. There's Dracula. Dracula's the main antagonist, really. Like,
Well, of course.
Frankenstein's monster is there. And, like, he's actually not a bad guy. Because, he's not a bad guy. But Wolfman, like, there's a guy who turns into a Wolfman, like, and when Wolfman has nards, is, kick him in the nards. He doesn't have any. Kick him in, and kick him, and Wolfman has nards.
Stars. Okay, got it.
Exactly, someone came your ass, bust you on a treadmill. Dracula wants to use an amulet to end the world, and is okay, yeah, that was, but, like, he's going around collecting all these, monsters of movie legend, except they're not. I don't think they're really references the movie versions. They're just.
Well, most of them are monsters
Yeah.
we've had in the imaginary for a hot minute.
But they are totally based off of, like, their movie. I think they may have just used, because, like, Dracula looks like fucking Bela Lugosi. Like, he's rocking, like, the weird amulet, the red lined cape, the slicked back black hair with just a little bit of, like, he's totally rocking Bela Lugosi. These kids, so the kids have the book that has the spell for and, like, it is just 80s camp. So fucking campy.
I'm down.
But it is one of those, that, and there's another movie that I've been thinking a lot about lately that I'm not sure if I want to rewatch, called House 2. The first one was a bit of a horror movie. The second one, more campy like this one. I remember, like, it's two brothers who come in possession of a house that has this this crystal skull idol that generates magic, and like, there's an old caretaker who's really a zombie. There's this dog that's like a caterpillar worm, and he's super cute. He looks fucking weird, but like, it's been forever since I've seen it. But I was thinking about it the other day because I was going through the list of movies on Plex, and it's all on Plex. I'm like, do I want to watch this again? Is it good?
I don't know.
Or is it bad? Like, I remember liking it as a kid, but I was a dumbass kid who, again, was more of a hero at 7 than... Man, if I were a vampire, I wouldn't have a reflection, right? There's the old German man. Yeah, who was kind of the Home Alone amalgam of the old guy from Home Alone. Oh, fuck, I forgot about that. The old German man has the tattoo from... that's... Fuck, I forgot about that. That's... Yeah. Oh shit, that's a lot of bad guys. No, stop. Get off me.
You're just fucking collecting nards.
I'm a collector.
Mine the stepchildren.
Ask me about my week. I got an anklet and a talisman that offers some protection. Okay, sure. I'll add some protection. Always use protection. No glove.
Will
no glove.
it keep Raby Ellen off of me?
Probably not. I mean,
Yeah.
I think the protection that we're going to use for that is the brass knuckles.
I'm about that. I'm about that life right there. He really does just look like he's like trying to get to jazzercise. Like,
Oh God, I had a teacher who was the mom of one of the kids that I went. So her mom was a substitute teacher and did like half of one of my years in middle school because our teacher had to go on an extended leave. But her daughter was someone that I studied Taekwondo with, so I knew the family really well. But her mom was a jazzercise teacher, and I'm like, why are you teaching middle school English? You are not what I would say is.
you know, I don't think we were the first generation where college degrees were obtained and then
Not used.
not used. They just wanted a piece of paper to prove you were in debt enough to bust your ass at a job where they were going to abuse you.
Oh my God, I don't like this. I don't know
Oh.
what these things are, but I am not.
The jackalopes.
Okay.
They're not really jackalopes, but when they like the antlers, yeah.
I don't know what the fuck they are, but I do not like them. Nope, no sir.
I don't know what that is, but I hate it.
Get any more weirdos?
Of course.
Or do we get more jazzercise werewolves? More jazzercise werewolves? I'm so sorry, jazzercise werewolf.
So, this was when I was in grad school. I worked in the provost office at the university. And I was in specifically the section that like took care of all of the faculty and staff contracts and stuff. I got to file everything all the time. And I was fine with it because it meant I didn't have to answer the phones. I didn't have to. But I shared the
Shit.
division we worked in his office that was like split into 3 sections. And so the boss of the department was in the far section over there, and then reception, whatever, and then it was me and Connie back in the file room. And I mean, Connie was clearly like helping like write the contracts. That was not my job, but she would regularly get upset if she wasn't going to be able to get out of the office in time to make it to her jazzercise class. And I just was like, I had literally not heard anything about jazzercise in like 15 years, and I just, what? That's still a thing? Yeah, apparently. It's like I thought the world had moved on to like Zumba or whatever.
Fucking Zumba. Hey, I think we found the altar.
You know, might could be.
Okay, it's got chains.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah, this is bad. Yeah, it's bad news bears. Yep. Yep.
No, don't like where this is going.
Nope. Yeah.
You should know by
Alan, what is wrong with you?
No, I wasn't. I've changed.
And I have the stone to thank for that.
It's all of the red pills. I just pop them every day.
Yes, mysterious floating stone. I will do your bidding.
That's close enough. So you're out. Let Raina go.
Do you have any idea what you're doing? Yeah, pretty much. I'm listening to this floating stone. It's telling me to murder people.
Just a moment. We will be together as one.
No!
Stop it. This
He's quickly losing his mind. What little bit is left. And he's glowing. Usually people aren't supposed to glow.
This is...
He's...
Yeah.
I don't know what he is now. That's where I met the leprechaun. He tells me to burn things. Oh, he's a giant, terrifying ogre creature now.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Isn't that just lovely?
ZR and L. Alright. He's got a sword. Oh god. That was me getting the shit kicked out of me by... doesn't matter. He's dead. Claude died. He died doing what he loved. Dying.
Yeah.
What happened to this guy, Raina?
I don't know. Ever since he came to Arlia, it's like he was.
It's like he was possessed by something. Could it have been that floating green rock?
Alan.
I was watching a video. This is probably where we'll end up ending the stream because we're running out of time.
Baby, you got real ugly.
So there's a current problem that we have with nuclear waste, and that's how
That we have nuclear waste.
well, I mean, we're going to have nuclear waste,
Yes.
but like, just how do you explain to future generations that something you can't see is deadly?
I mean, conspiracy theorists do it all the time. Don't you know that 5G is killing us? Or controlling us? Or
Giving us the COVID, in which Bill Gates put microchips in the vaccine. Yeah. So, like, they're trying to come up with, like, ways to show that these things are dangerous, that it's something you can't see. And they're like, you know, pictograms can only, like, obviously language is only going to be able to do so much because language is constantly evolving. So unless you make sure that these mentions and these concepts evolve with it, and there's like, we have no guarantee that this is going to happen because certain things fall out of lexicon. And so they're like, well, some of the things that have been done, like pictographs, but then they're like, how do you really describe a pictograph of something that's...
yeah.
And like nuclear, like we have like a radioactive symbol, we have a biohazard symbol, but like if that symbol fades or is worn away to time, this barrel that has plutonium waste in it, you don't know, you open it and you're dead. And one of the concepts that someone legitimately came up with was, what if we have a nuclear coven where we have a group of scholars and, you know, who kind of treat it as a religion, that these are things that are... It's like, do you not see how this could turn very bad very quickly?
Well, I mean...
But
there are plenty of occult things that don't...
Well, yeah, but just this is something that could very quickly turn... Like, have a group of 100, you know, nuclear scholars just, like, treat it like religious dogma. It's like, oh, that's terrifying. No,
I mean, really, any religious dogma is generally terrifying. Actually, N.K. Jemisin wrote a short story about that exact issue. This planet is basically scheduled for demolition. And an archaeologist has gone out to make sure that there's not anything that needs to be preserved first. And his ex-wife dies, his daughter ends up having to come on the trip with him. And they are trying to figure out the glyphs and what they mean. And she finally puts together, like, that it's a map. And she's like, I'm gonna impress my dad by, like, doing this thing. And she does. She follows the map and she manages to get to whatever they're hiding. And it's these very pretty little orbs that are radioactive waste. And nobody knew it because the civilization that put those warnings there
Long gone.
very, very long dead.
Yeah. Because one of the things, like, they're like, oh, we should use, like, a skull and crossbones. Because because that's what we used to indicate for poison. But now it's like, it's more pirate. And so, like, oh, pirates may have buried treasure here, kind of. Like, we need to be very careful about how we do, like, pictography. And
Oh man, I'm gonna freak some future archaeologists out. I'm having so much pirate shit, they'll be digging through my shit forever to find something valuable. And there won't be anything.
Same.
I'm poor.
All right, so that's where we will end the stream tonight, because it is...
Oh no, they might find my recipe for meatloaf though. They can't let that happen.
No. You'll have to take that one to the grave with you.
I've shared it. I just want to be selective about who I share it with.
Exactly. So yeah, thank you all for tuning in. It's been a stream. It's been an interesting stream. I hope
Ultimate power.
Ultimate power. I hope you have enjoyed it. I am going to be busy the next several days, but hopefully, knock on wood, when I get back, I will be able to start recording, because I think that's when the physical copy of Sea of Stars is supposed to come out. I'm not 100% sure. I have the digital, and I don't want to Let's Play it until I get my Switch copy, because that's the physical. I've got it on my Steam Deck, but I don't want to record off my Steam Deck just yet. But I want to do Sea of Stars, so I'm waiting for that. Plus, there were several announced games that I really want to look into. So there's a lot of stuff coming up soon. I really want to Let's Play the new Mario RPG. That looks so cute. So hopefully I will start recording a little bit more. I know I say this every fucking week, and I never do, but maybe if I say it enough. Do you have anything that's gone up on Substack?
I have things that I am working on for Substack. I cannot guarantee when they will go up, because I'm going to have the same several busy days, and then I'm going to be in Kentucky for 2 weeks.
Yeah.
So,
yeah.
and then after that, I'm working the election, so we'll see how that goes.
Yeah. So next live stream will probably just be me, unless things go completely haywire with your travel plans, which a couple of wrenches have already been thrown.
Yeah. I mean, if you have a spare moment to send good thoughts to Bowling Green, Kentucky, because my sister got COVID. Popped positive for it yesterday, and I was supposed to leave today.
Yeah, Jess was not originally going to be here for this stream tonight. Like, they were going to be gone. And so, yeah.
But I should be able to at least pop in on chat and say hi.
But yeah. So next week it'll just be me, and again, unless things go completely awry. But I will see you all next week. I hope you have a safe and uneventful week, full of relaxation and good vibes. So,
Yes.
But later.
Take care, everybody. Keep washing your hands, wearing masks, getting vaccinated.
Boosters. Booster Tower.
It's